Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. Long time no see. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Superman sneak peek that was released today or yesterday. I think this might have been shown at CinemaCon. I'm intrigued by what's going to be happening with DC over the future. I did do a previous video maybe a year or maybe 2 years ago when it was first announced of James Gunn taking over the DC universe or DCEU or however they're calling it, and I was not thrilled at the time. If I'm 100% honest, if you're new to the channel, I don't think much of James Gunn as a filmmaker and a creative. I think he's very one note. He has a formula and it's not that great. Guardians of the Galaxy, first one at the time, was great because Marvel was doing things different. Each character had a different flavour and style. Guardians at the time was something completely new. It was cosmic, it was different, but then the formula of James Gunn's humour ended up in every single Marvel film, and it became too formulaic, too predictable, boring, and not funny. So I'm hoping we get a different kind of James Gunn for Superman. I don't want disco music, I don't want 80s music, I don't want whatever music he's inspired by on his Spotify that week to be the main thing of the score. I want an actual score for this. I'm hoping that the humour, if there is any, is minimal at best. I don't need a wisecracking, sarcastic Superman. Maybe a Jimmy Olsen can get away with that. Maybe Lois Lane can get away with it a little bit, as long as she's not snarky, smart ass, talking down to people like we've seen in a lot of modern films. So I'm anticipating this to... I'm hoping it's good. I want a good Superman film. I loved the Snyder stuff because it was different to what we were getting from Marvel. I like that different world. So I'm hoping this isn't just DC doing Marvel. Let's see. I don't know if this is a sneak peek as in we're just getting a look of the film, or if it's going to be behind the scenes stuff as well. So I will say, we did see some of this in the original teaser trailer from, was it January? Not quite sure. And yeah, I didn't do a video on it then. So if there's things in it we may have seen and I'm not really reacting to it, because I've seen it, but I'll let you know along the way. But yeah, that was a weird one, to say the least. Move the mouse. So yeah, we saw this in the thing with him calling for crypto. But I will say, from the stuff we have seen, suit wise, I'm not 100% struck on it. Like, it definitely has his big boy pants on. It's a little baggy. There's no form to him. The guy's jacked in real life. Maybe Henry Cavill jacked, if not slightly more, from some of the pictures you've seen. This suit does nothing for him. It's kind of like you made the guy put on so much size and you put him in a baggy costume. But what I will say is, I do like the colours. I do like the colour pop. The brightness of the blue is a lot brighter than we've seen. Maybe since Christopher Reeve. I like the colours. Great. I like that we've got big gold on the back. I'm not so struck on the S. I know they're trying to do something new and different, but I kind of like my Superman S to look classic. And the belt, I don't get that. I've never quite got the belt because it's basically like a one-piece suit. You've never seen him just take his top off and he's got his pants on. So yeah, I understand some of the design choices, but the overall fitness of the suit isn't great. I wonder if we're going to see more of Crypto, because I couldn't tell from that first teaser if Crypto was CGI or a puppet, like Yoda, old school. Getting a little bit more close-up of the suit here, with some of the textures. Doesn't seem like it's the similar textures what we got in the Snyderverse that tried to pull it back to like a Krypton aesthetic. So maybe this is more of an Earth suit, Earth-made, maybe by his mum, perhaps, and not something found. I wonder how far through the film this is. Like, is this right at the beginning? Like, Superman's been around a while, the world knows him? Here's the dog. The dog looked wonky to me in the original teaser. What an asshole dog. Does look better. Yeah, from the first teaser, with little bits we saw, I thought I couldn't tell if it was a puppet or if it was a CGI thing, but it's definitely CGI. But yeah, I'm guessing he's still a puppy and wants to play at this point rather than he's been trained. Again, I don't get why the dog's in. I know James Gunn had a dog and the dog died, so he's put a dog in because he was sad because his dog died. But I've never quite understood the dog in the Superman lore of everything. It's always been one of those like, okay.
Take me home.
But it'll sell some toys.
Crypto. Home.
We're getting some Scar. Oh, so home he meant here. I thought we were gonna like take off and drag his ass back to Kansas, but no. So the Fortress of Solitude is hidden this time and only appears when he's in a certain radius. I think that's new. I don't know if that's something from the comics. Okay. Digging the Scar. It sounds very reminiscent of old Superman. But are we gonna get them classic beats? Wait, is this whole sneak peek just going to be this? This one scene?
Superman.
Oh. Wait. Did the Fortress Solitude robots call him by his Earth-given superhero name and not Kal-El? I know that voice. Is that Alan? So we do have Kal-El.
No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate it. We have no consciousness whatsoever. Merely automatons here to serve. Meet 12. She's new.
He looked at me.
Why do you need to gender a robot? It's just a robot. You say you have no consciousness. You've given it a gender. Whatever. I like this. This looks cool. I like that this actually looks like it could have been a practical set. I've had no... Other than the outside, which could have been the void, it doesn't look terribly overly CGI. Like, this looks like they filmed here.
14 fractured bones.
Damage to bladder, kidney, large intestine, lungs.
With a healthy dose of yellow sun, we'll have you up and at 'em in no time.
Ah. That's kind of cool.
Level 4? 292 times Saharan Prime, please, one.
So yeah, that makes sense. It's not like they can inject him with anything because, you know, if Lex or anyone gets in there, which I assume he will, you don't want loads of stuff around that other people can take. And we do know the sunlight gives him his powers. It helps him. We've seen it in previous films where he's gone out into space to heal himself. So this makes sense than some weird computer tech of trying to find something or put him in some sort of chamber. It's like, yeah, blast him with some fucking sun. That'll do. Almost getting. Like it feels like we're building to it. That's how most gamers feel after spending 4 days or a week sat indoors playing games and they finally open the curtains. I know it's a cool slow-mo shot, but him grabbing her at that speed and moving her head slightly to protect her would have just turned her into mush. Dead. Hitting her at that impact, moving her head, crushed, folded in half.
He's back.
Big alien thing. Looked cartoony in design, like it doesn't look, overly scary because of big googly blue eyes. Heart girl. Very minimal looking house. Where's his big red barn? That's like an iconic thing, but yeah, looks okay. He looks like a guy who's tried to dye his hair because he's going slightly grey, but got the wrong shade of Just for Men and ended up Elvis black hair. Because his eyebrows are slightly different colour, so you can tell he's not naturally that dark. And if he did hide his eyebrows, it'd probably been too obvious. But yeah, the black hair is a does stand out quite a lot. Is that some? I could never quite tell from this image if that's an actual like alien going off in the background, or if it's some weird like light show. The score sounds good. He's got his motley crew of... That's one of the things from the teaser images and stuff we saw. It was like, where and when is this? Like, there were people definitely dressed like it's the 60s. Some of the hairstyles were definite 60s. There's a lot of mustaches. That gives me 80s vibes. So I don't know if the world they're trying to build here is like... It's definitely Earth, but it's not Earth that we know. It's a mismatch of just random times in history, sort of, they didn't quite move on from the 80s, or it stuck around a lot longer. It's definitely now, because of the flat computers and other tech, but style-wise, slightly different, which I don't mind. A different aesthetic, because it gives it a more of a slight timeless quality. So if you were to watch it in maybe 10 years, 20 years, it's not like, oh, that's dated. That definitely feels 2020s, 2010s, like a lot of films now. There's some films I really enjoy, but then you see someone pull out, like I really recently watched The Matrix, and he pulls out his classic Nokia, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that, because I had one of them. I think I even have one of my old, I do. I have one of my old Nokias still hanging around here. So like seeing this tech in a film now, you're like, oh, okay, that kind of dates it. So I don't mind this aesthetic of blends of stuff, because it gives it a bit more of a sort of timeless quality. Whether it holds up over time's another thing. We'll see.
Superman.
That didn't look quite finished. Yeah, that looked a little rubbery. So someone does get into the fortress then, I guess. I don't get this. I think it's some sort of comic book look, but I don't get it. I think he's supposed to be a bit of an asshole as well, so I guess that kind of works. That he's a bit of an asshole, and he looks like a clown. Haha, we can laugh and point at him, but I was kind of hoping by the time we see Green Lanterns again, it'd be a bit more serious. I know there were a little bit in the Snyder towards that were like one shot, but I was hoping we'd got past the shitty Ryan Reynolds sort of take of just a maybe snarky arsehole. I'm well over Ryan Reynolds. Never liked the guy. Even that feels like it's teasing us with it's possibly going to give us the theme tune. Like it's almost there. It feels like it's just about to crescendo in, but so far, don't mind it. Don't mind it. We're gonna have to see. I'm still off on the suit. I think it's because like I was so used to that. If I'm looking away, I've got my 1/6 Henry Cavill there, and that suit's for me it's perfect. Yes, it's slightly dark in the early films, and it gets brighter. I want the one I've got, the Man of Steel one. I don't mind the subdued tones. I wouldn't mind one of the later ones to go next to it. But that suit's perfect. It has an alien vibe to it. I don't mind that it's got an underlaid muscle suit. I kind of want my Superman to look like a comic book superhero, like he's just leaped from the pages. He is jacked out of his mind. And I know, realistically, you know, it's not for humans to get that big, you know, well, not naturally, and it's probably not good to let actors size up and size down all the time, but I wouldn't mind if he did look bigger. Maybe this suit is one of many, because it might get battle damage. We might see a couple, and maybe by the end he's in like the look that we're more accustomed to over recent films, but that's the only thing that's letting it down. We didn't really see much of or hear much of David talking. So they're holding off on like any dialogue scenes with him. I don't know why. They might not be confident in his voice, in his acting. Like we saw a lot of things, but we didn't see any dialogue going on. Maybe it's because it'd give too much away and it wouldn't work well for like a sneak peek because it's cuts from various times in the film, so it probably wouldn't work. But yeah, I don't mind what we've seen. I'm hoping, because there was something that I did see from CinemaCon where someone said, or maybe he said it, this is very much 100% a James Gunn film, and it's like, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm kind of looking for something different, and so far it feels that way. Whether we get that in the full film is another thing. I'm hoping it's 100% score-led. I don't want any modern or retro music in it at all. I want it completely score-led, because that's something that does age a film. I know James Gunn likes to go back and do his disco and 80s stuff, but even that ages a film, because it ages it to him when he was growing up and what he liked. So I'm hoping we don't get that. But yeah, I didn't mind it. I think I wouldn't have minded a slightly different scene to play out long-wise. Like, I don't know, it felt a bit dragged out with just the dog. Maybe it's there for laughs when he turns up and the dog's jumping on him because he's an excitable puppy, but it's kind of like, oh, okay. Kind of wouldn't have minded that scene to just sort of play a little bit quicker just to get him to this fortress. Again, I don't know why the gendered robots. He just said, you know, we have no conscience, so he's like, and you're just a fucking robot then, aren't you, really? But I'm hoping that each robot isn't some comedy person, and then they're all having one-liners because they're all different personalities. I'd have kind of preferred if it was more sort of a Jarvis kind of thing, where it's just a voice and one person doing several robots. I don't understand why each robot needs to be its own individual thing, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm intrigued. I will be going to see this. I will probably go to see it in IMAX. It says filmed for IMAX. I probably will go see it. Probably opening week in IMAX, if possible. Yeah, we'll see. This is the first proper taste of the new DC. I do like that they've gone back to the old bullet style logo. Like that, to me, growing up, that's the DC logo. I didn't like the weird peeled logo that they had. So I'm glad they've gone back to that. It's just classic. It's just classic DC. Like Marvel, just the big M. Like that's classic Marvel. This is classic DC. So I'm hoping it hits those classic tones, which is for me is the 90s stuff that I read and watched, and so I'm hoping we get that. So yes, I'm not overwhelmed, I'm not underwhelmed. I'm not going to say it's mid, because I hate anyone who uses that for a term, because it basically means you cannot describe anything. I'm anticipating it without trying to board the hype train. Let's go to that. There's a lot of times where a lot of teasers and trailers do really well to hype you up, and then you get there and watch it and you're like, it wasn't that good. So I'm trying to just lower my expectations, so hopefully when I do see the full thing, I can come out of it be like, oh, okay, that was blah 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 blah. So we'll see. Intrigued. So let me know your thoughts below on this. I don't think anything else has been released. Again, it's coming out in July, so will we get another one of these sneak peeks, extended scene looks, or will we just get another, what could they squeeze in? One more full trailer, perhaps? I'll react to that when that comes out, but yes, let me know your thoughts below on what you've seen of this so far. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.